Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Livewire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Livewire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Livewire Sports Media Update. All right, this is your boy Martin for Livewire Sports. So today we're going to talk about Geno Smith. Geno Smith, not Geno Auriemma, the head coach for UConn, the biased coach that continues to talk nonsense about Caitlin Clark, the coach who continuously put his foot in his mouth. Caitlin Clark lives rent-free in this man's head, and because we all know he had a chance to recruit her, he didn't want her, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like it's almost like the Angel Reese Caitlin Clark situation where she was at LSU, you know, she known Caitlin for a while, she played against Caitlin. Same thing with Paige Bueckers. But it seemed like they have to continue to attach themselves to Caitlin Clark while just giving Caitlin Clark credit. Now, we all know that Geno Auriemma came out early in the season on Dan Patrick's show talking that crazy talk, you know, talking about whole the Caitlin Clark fan base is delusional, thinking that she's going to come in the league and tear up the league, and said that she's going to be MVP. Well, Geno, I like to replay your clip on Dan Patrick because I think that it's much needed.
I saw where you said the WNBA, they're targeting Caitlin Clark. What do you mean by how she's being guarded or, enforced?
I think you and I both know the landscape that we live in today, both sports-wise and non-sports-wise, right? We are in a red, blue. And if you're red, you can't agree with blue. And if you're blue, you can't agree with red. Whereas most things are in the middle. If you're a college player and you're a great college player, like Caitlin was, the delusional fan base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart. There were actually odds on she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP at the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's basketball a bad name. Okay, so the kid was set up for failure right from the beginning. So if you're a WNBA player, and believe me, I've coached the best, and I've pissed them off a lot, and they let me know about it. But they were tremendously disrespected. And none of them are going to say it. But human nature is, okay, this kid's coming into the league. And Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing. You know, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement. Targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. There's a huge target on this kid's back. I thought Cameron Brink said something really smart. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years. But they've been put out to be that because the way social media is today. So what kind of impact is this rookie class having in the WNBA?
How do you think Clark is handling this?
I think she's handling great. I think she talks a lot of and she gets a lot of back. So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets it. She's just not built for the physicality of this league. Yeah, and she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality. So there's a lot of learning curve, like Diana said. And when she gets it, she has elite skills that are going to really help her.
Yeah,
but she needs to be on a better. She needs to be on a better team, and she needs to be more experienced, and that will come. But for these ridiculous fans who had her slotted as the next Diana, now they're out of their mind. And for these people that are waiting outside the bus for the Chicago Sky team, what the hell? What do we become? A third world soccer country? That when a soccer player gives up their own goal in the World Cup, you're waiting for him in a bar to shoot him? Like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah. When Paige Bueckers said she was coming back, you said what?
I said, I knew that. She's having too good a time here.
All right. So I want to go some more. You could tell Dan Patrick, his response today when he said, yeah, he don't believe that. Because the thing about it is, Gino, he wants to interject that so bad, saying that, well, when Diana Taurasi said, oh, reality is coming. But guess what? Paige Bueckers is out here 23 years old playing against 18-year-olds. She's more experienced. You know what I'm saying? Paige Bueckers slated to be the #1 pick this year, just like Caitlin Clark was last year. But guess what? Paige Bueckers ain't built for the W. Not with Jackie Young and all of them. Caitlin took her lumps. She took her lumps this year. And guess what? She got back up. And guess what? She broke over, 100-something records. You think Paige gonna break half of that? No, she's not. And then the way Gino was sitting there talking about, oh, he's smiling. He had a chance to recruit Caitlin Clark. He didn't want her. The first thing he said, Caitlin Clark is on the wrong team. Well, guess what, Gino? If you're the #1 pick, you automatically go to the wrong team. I mean, Paige gonna be lucky to get to a good team. You know why? Because it's gonna be between the Sparks, the Sky, and the dang on Dallas Wings. I hope she go to the Dallas Wings. To be honest with you, I really hope she go to the Dallas Wings. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you're gonna go to a team. Me personally, I wish she could go to the Golden State Valorants, where the pressure of her. Cause see, Paige is not gonna have pressure on her when she comes to the league, like Caitlin Clark was. See, Paige gonna be playing on a team where she got players already there. She gonna have Cameron Brink there. She's gonna have Rakira Jackson. Hell, she probably had Cardoza and Angel Reese's pieces. Hell, she might go to Dallas and have Enrique. Hell, you might end up going to Atlanta. You don't know. But Caitlin Clark went to a team that was pretty fair. They won 13 games that year. You had a #1 pick in Aaliyah Boston. You had Kelsey Mitchell there. You had Nalissa Smith. But that's about it. Everything else on that team wasn't good. So for Gino to sit here and continue to spit that rhetoric out and trying to make like Caitlin Clark is not that. Caitlin Clark is every bit better. And for these people to sit here and say, oh, well, Paige Bueckers is better than her. What makes you think Paige Bueckers is better than her? Because damn sure Paige Bueckers can't assist at a high clip. Yeah, she's taller than Caitlin a little bit because she can rebound. But hell, her body is frail. We talk about Caitlin taking abuse from these players in the league. What the hell Paige is going to do when Alyssa Thomas knock her on her ass? What's she going to do when you got Brianna, you got BG knocking her down? When you got Marina Mayberry all up in her grill? When you have who else? You got Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray all up on you. Kelsey Plum all up on you. You know what I'm saying? So let's not I mean, Diana Taurasi gonna show favoritism for her because she ain't gonna really do nothing. Well, Diana Taurasi didn't even do nothing against Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark swept them. She made Diana Taurasi look like. Then Diana Taurasi trying to talk trash. What you gonna do when Khalil Copper get up in you? What you gonna do when you gotta go one-on-one with Kennedy Carter? And Kennedy Carter making you look stupid on the court. So Gino, you sit here and talk all of that crap when you knew good run. You could have had Caitlin Clark. But the first thing you said, oh, she got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality. Who in the man? Look, right now this stuff is kind of like peeing me off because you a coach. You had a hard time getting past Pat Summitt until you started stacking your UConn team. Your UConn team been stacked for years. For years, your Utah. With Breonna Stewart, Maya Moore, Rebecca Lobo, all of them, Breonna Stewart, Nafisa Carter, all of them, Gabby Williams, all of them. You had stacked teams. You ain't had to take a team like Lisa Bluder did with Caitlin Clark and a few other role players and made them great household names. Breonna Stewart ain't did that. Diana Taurasi ain't did that. But you want to say, hell, Paige is not even doing that. Paige right now has a team. Now, how far they go, because it's for what I'm looking at, the games that she's playing, guess what? She's scoring a lot of points. That is not gonna fly. But then again, Geno Auriemma continues to spit fire on Caitlin Clark's name. Now like I said, he recently been on this podcast called Make a Difference, and he talked about the history of the game and Caitlin Clark, and he had to bring Paige's name up. Take a listen.
There were so many great players that people have never seen, and people moan about, well, why didn't they pay more attention back then? Because they didn't. Like, it's a very simple answer. Because they didn't. Now they do. Point is, where are we going next? And if we think that, one kid, one Caitlin Clark is going to be enough to take this where it needs to go, it's not. Or one Paige Bueckers, it's not. What they do is they show you the way. They show you what's possible. The people that run the operation have to now capitalize on it. Then the younger generation, the high school people, have to prepare these kids so that when they get to college, we have something good to work with. And then we send them up to the WNBA, and then they have something good to work with. And it just keeps growing and growing and growing. So it still comes back to those of us that are in charge of the game. Are we making the game better every day? Are we making our players better every day?
So, Gino, let me ask you a question. What has Caitlin Clark done since she came into the league? Oh, I could tell you, sellout crowds. If you look at the women's game right now, there ain't no sellout crowds. Paige ain't selling out. Hell, the Iowa team ain't really selling out. Juju ain't selling out. Oh, wait. There's no Caitlin Clark in college anymore. But guess what? She's in the W. Viewership records she set viewership records for every station that played a game. Ion, CBS, ESPN, ESPN2, NBA TV, ABC. Do I need to go on? Can Paige Bueckers do that? See, before Cameron Brink got hurt, the Sparks did sell out that game against the Aces. They sold it out. But you sit here and continue to say, hey, Caitlin Clark is not that person. See, you so jealous and envy. You just like Cheryl Swoops. You just like Sue Bird. She could be on the fence when she wants to. The only person that has really showed consistency about Caitlin Clark and her game is Rebecca Lobo. And she's your former UConn player because she called it like it is. There ain't no bias. Now, I don't know what her relationship with all her UConn alums, but she calls it the way she see it. She has not all season long, Rebecca Lobo has been on the tape and say, hey, Caitlin is this. This is why Caitlin is this. There is no other person that can walk into the W and set it on fire like Caitlin Clark has. Yeah, she took her beating, but guess what? In the second half of the season, she's giving it back. She was in the MVP voting, 4th in the MVP voting. Paige ain't gonna get that. Paige's numbers ain't gonna be nowhere near Caitlin Clark numbers. Nowhere. Damn sure ain't gonna be assists. You gonna run. See, you say she has the wrong skill set. What skill set she's supposed to have to play the game in the W? What skill set she's supposed to have, Gino? I'm asking you, what skill set she's supposed to have? Oh, could she shoot threes from the logo? That's the wrong skill set? She broke assist records, 337. Most assists in a game, 19. Could have had a first 2020. Oh, 2 triple doubles in the game. Come on, man. What's her wrong skill set? Oh, she was rebounding. She was almost averaging 7 rebounds a game, almost 2 steals a game. I'm still waiting, Gino. What skill set is wrong for her? Let me play this other half of this clip before I get deeper into it. Now, because this is where he starts giving her credit, but then he starts saying, "Oh, but she talks shit." Watch.
One of the things that makes Caitlin Clark, who she is the way she is with people. She connects with people and people connect with her. Now, she talks a lot of on the court. All right. Believe me. When people talk about in WNBA, why are these people beating up Caitlin Clark? Because she talks a lot of on the court. All right. That's what makes her good. So she's not like this, angel walking around there and everybody else is beating her up. Nah, she's got a lot to say. She's a lot like Paige. Those guys have a lot to say. They just do it subtly and they're tough. We need more of that. One thing that I think is happening, the women's game is outpacing the men's game in college. And I'm not saying that the game is better or it's played at a higher level. I just think it's more popular. It's going to become more popular. And the reason for that is those guys stay for 3 or 4 years. And, fans fall in love with these kids.
So he starts out saying, what makes Caitlin so great is that people follow her. They love her. They follow her. But he loses into, oh, but she talks shit. And he said it, early in the video with Dan Patrick, is like, oh, because she talks shit, she deserved to get beat up on. She deserved to get knocked around. She deserved all of this. Nobody deserves to get knocked around like that. If the game physical, let it be physical. Because you talk shit, you supposed to get beat up on? Come on, man. Come on, Gino. You better than that, partner. Well, at least I thought you was. But how can you sit there and say, well, Caitlin Clark, what makes her great is because who she is. But then again, you told Dan Patrick, she has the wrong skill set. Which one is it? See, this is why you can't really take these people serious, man. You can't take them serious because you know why? It's because the fact of the matter is that they feel like at the end of the day, they've been in the game so long, their word is golden. See, the reason why because if you think about it before, I think in the Dan Patrick video before this, that one I showed you, he gave Caitlin Clark credit. But then I guess Don Taurasi, Sue Bird, and all of them got on him, and he came back and started talking all this nonsense about Caitlin Clark. That's just like everybody else who has talked about Caitlin Clark this year, except for Rebecca Lobo, has started turning a 180 and saying the opposite. Sue Bird was the whole champion for Caitlin Clark all season long. Until the season was over, she started doing her podcast with her wife, whoever, or whatever she is, and then all of a sudden start talking about, Caitlin Clark now winning championships. It doesn't make her great. Breonna Stewart saying the same thing, but y'all stack teams. I mean, Sue Bird, you went to a team in Seattle when you got drafted. You was able to win a title. At the end of the day, it's like this. These people don't understand Caitlin Clark at all. They just think that, hey, oh well, Gino sits there and talk about, well, people think that she was going to come in the league and carry the league and push the league forward. She has done that already. Because if you think about it, Gino, she already has put the WNBA with the viewership record. Not viewership, but the CBA deal. Merchandise sales after leading the league in attendance home and away. There's nobody doing that. You think, look at as popular Angel Reese is on social media, she couldn't even fill up half of the seats. They didn't even move arenas for her. The only time they moved the arena was when they played, I think they played Vegas. Everywhere Caitlin Clark went, they moved it. It's like Eric B. and Rakim. How can I move the crowd? If you know, you know. And I'm talking about Eric B. and Rakim. If you know, you know. That's Caitlin Clark. She moves the crowd. There's nothing like her. She's the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. And they hate to say it. They hate to give her credit because they want to continue to downplay her success. But this girl goes out and break them all proper. She goes out there, handle her business. She's out here playing golf now. She's out here showing at summits. She's out here attending games. She out here, she's all over the place. She ain't got nothing negative around her. While everybody else is still trying to catch up with her. See, that's the thing about it. She's the standard. Everybody got to catch her. And they can't. Just like Michael Jordan when he came into the league. Everybody was trying to catch him. Everybody was trying to be the next Michael Jordan. Until Kobe finally came. But then Kobe still couldn't duplicate what Michael Jordan did. He might have Michael Jordan moves, patent moves, but Kobe impacted a whole different way. But he couldn't impact it the way Jordan impacted. Same thing with LeBron. He was chasing the ghost of Jordan his whole career now. Still couldn't. Michael Jordan's the Babe Ruth of basketball. Caitlin Clark is the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. As much as y'all want to give Angel Reese credit, as much as y'all want to get Angel Wilson credit, there's only one Caitlin Clark. And that's just what it is. So, Gino, I don't even expect for you to give Caitlin Clark any credit at all from this point on, because everything you're going to say, you're going to end up coming back and regurgitating it back, and because your UConn girls will tear you a new one. So I just feel like at the end of the day, Geno Smith is just like everybody else. He can't let it go with Caitlin Clark. Hey, if you want to continue to talk about Caitlin Clark, you should have just recruited her. It would have never been a problem. You could have talked her up all you want to. But and then you plus you're sour because she beat y'all last year. Just like Dawn Staley. She beat Dawn Staley, but Dawn Staley beat her when it counted the most in the championship game. But still, nevertheless, she broke Dawn Staley's undefeated season. See what I'm saying? She shut down Angel Reese the second year, had her crying at the podium. Geno Smith, you about to have an aneurysm on the sideline because Caitlin Clark beat your little Paige Bueckers. So take that noise, carry it somewhere else. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. This your boy, Livewire Sports Media. See you when I see you.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Livewire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Livewire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.